Do you know what's more powerful than winning an argument with a rude person? Watching them expose themselves while you haven't said a single word. If there's a rude person in your life, stay around because I'm about to share several strategies that would make even the most disrespectful person look insecure. The first strategy, stay calm, but make it strategic. If you think staying calm means going quiet and allowing rude people disrespect you, you're wrong. Because there is a specific type of calm that makes rude people deeply uncomfortable. And that calm that shows them you choose to disengage with their drama. Not because they make you so scared of them and don't know what to say, but because simply you don't want to entertain them. Because let me tell you, their words only hurt you when you allow it to land on you. So next time when someone rude is trying to insult you, think of them holding a bucket of junk. They are so desperate to throw it at you. But the moment you choose to strategically disengage, they are the ones covered in their own mess, not you. So they threw insults at you, hoping it would affect you, but instead it hung up in the air, and they are still waiting for it to land on you. That makes them deeply upset because their silence is uncomfortable. It makes them expose themselves. And now they are the ones looking like a fool, insulting or maybe shouting at you while you're the one who can manage your emotions. So remember next time, instead of taking their bait and instantly responding to their rudeness, pause for a second and let the silence do the work. Trust me, they will notice. And understand your strategic silence doesn't make you a weak person. It just means nothing they told you moved you enough to fight back. It's just simply not worth your energy. The second one, make them say it again. Here's why staying calm can be your greatest weapon. Because mastering your strategic calm is the foundation for what happens next. Because let me tell you, when you are emotionally grounded, you get access to something that people often miss in tense moments: control over your responses. And you know exactly what you can do next. You can ask them to repeat themselves. So when they insult you and you pretend you didn't hear exactly what they were talking to you, shows their words didn't truly land at you. You can ask, I didn't understand, can you repeat that again? Or, sorry, what did you say? And here's the thing, rude people often speak on impulse. Most often they don't really know what they are talking about. So when you calm down and make them repeat their own words, now the power is on you. And that makes them deeply uncomfortable because you force them to read and correct their own words in the present moment. Because that's not the response they were hoping for. They wanted to see you upset or defensive, and instead you gave them a task to do. To search their own mind and repeat that they throw at you a few seconds ago. It shows them how absurd their words are, and that is so uncomfortable for them. The third strategy, offer them a genuine compliment. Rude people usually follow a predictable template. They throw jabs at you, you respond, and they are happy because they got your attention. So when they are being rude to you, saying lots of crap, you can respond, you look great today. Or the next one, did you do something with your hair? They look so soft today. The moment you offer a sincere compliment, by highlighting something positive about them, you instantly disarm them because that makes them deeply off guard. Then watch what happens next. Your sincere compliment is something they are unprepared for. That's not only a real comedy seeing them slowly losing their ground because they are unsure how to respond to an unexpected compliment, but also a pattern interrupt that didn't follow their predictable script. When your response does not match their rudeness, their strategy simply collapses, and that creates a cognitive dissonance. Their brain is simply disconnected between their rudeness and their positive qualities. So they might try to fight back, saying, what does that even matter? That's not what I was talking about. And know when they respond this way, that's their desperate attempt to save face. They are desperate, begging you to get angry at their insults so you can understand the rules of their game again. But the dynamic has already shifted, because instead of fighting back and giving them your emotional response, you introduced a completely different one. Fourth, use tactical empathy. It doesn't mean you need to deeply feel their unresolved pain, trying to insult you so they can feel better. No, tactical empathy means you scan them inside out to see how their rudeness actually works, and that gives you control of the situation, not them. So if they are shouting at you, calling you names, or try to make you feel small, you simply don't absorb their frustrations. Instead, you can look in their eyes and respond, oh, sounds like you're really frustrated today. Or, it looks like you really need attention. When you openly label their strategy, you disarm their poisonous venom, and there is nowhere to hide from them once you exposed it. And that has nothing to do with being so kind and an easy target for them. No, it means you just switch the light on in a dark room, because they didn't expect you would do this. So they might fight back, saying, don't tell me how I feel, or you don't know me, and quickly switch the conversation to insults to make them feel they are still in control of the situation. But if they do this, deeply inside, they feel unpleasant that you dared to name their emotions. The thing is, oftentimes rude people, they aren't used to people who respond to their insults with a kind and empathetic response. So that can make them surprised. They are used to thrive in chaos because that's the only way they have power. They can feel better when they provoke your instant responses. When you stay empathetic to their toxic tactics, That's not a response they were prepared to fight. 5. Appear visibly confident. Look, you don't need to feel 100% confident around them, but you can still look confident. Because for a rude person, your visible confidence is the worst case scenario. They often prey on people who look insecure, who avoid eye contact, or who respond a shaky voice. So when you look confident, with your straight posture, looking in their eyes and mastering your calm, they know instantly it's not going to be easy this time with you. So they would have to work harder. And that deeply makes them insecure because they are prepared their jabs always work. So when it happens, it doesn't. It's like their brain receives error message. So if you try to look confident, your presence also signals, I know myself, and no matter what insults you would throw at me, it's not a reflection of my self-worth. Just note, rude people hate losing the illusion they are above you. So if you present yourself with confidence, you remove that source of their wild satisfaction. They might not show it, but they will feel it. They will start wondering their strategies don't work on you anymore. Or maybe they selected the wrong target. 6. Use strategic humour. Rude people love to feel they are scary, and you would be afraid of them. They often put great weight to their words and expect you to treat them seriously by defending yourself why they are so wrong about you. When you respond to their insults with a sense of humour, you're telling them their insults not only didn't affect you, but also landed like a joke, not a jab. And nothing shakes their confidence more than realising that they might not be so scary as they think they are if their insults made you giggle. If you have that toxic coworker who's always mean to you and say, wow, I'm glad you finally decided to work today. Instead defending yourself, smile and respond. I know, right? You better save the date in the calendar. It might not happen anytime soon. And that's frustrating for them because it shows you turned their attack on you and turned into a harmless joke. You basically told them, you think you are so scary to me, but you are so funny. And using humour doesn't mean to accidentally turn you into a comedian. No, it's about being strategic. Use humour to refuse taking part in their game, to show them their words don't carry the weight they expected. When you respond with a light tone, you signal something their words had zero impact on your emotional responses. If any of those strategies resonated with you, let me know in the comment which of them are you going to apply next. I read every single comment and hit subscribe to Healthy Mind CEO